In Dixieland where I was born. Hi guys, this is Julie Gaulke, and I'm going to show you today how to sing a very simple classic barbershop tag and do a multi-track recording using GarageBand. And you can see I have GarageBand set up here. I have a copy of the music I'm going to sing set up here, and I'm actually using my iPad right here to do my video recording as I talk to you. Okay, so I have GarageBand open and I have 4 tracks set up. So I'm going to use this top track for tenor, this one for lead, baritone, and bass. And in my music here, you can see the treble part here is the tenor and the lead, and the bass part here is the baritone and the bass. So I'm going to start with the lead part, which is this part here with the stems down, and this song is in the key of A, sounds like this, and my lead and tenor parts both start on the 3rd step of the scale. In Dixieland where I was born. That's basically the lead part, so that's what I'm going to sing first. I'm going to use the lead as my guide for the other parts as I add them. So I'm going to click here on this part that's going to be my lead. I'm going to hit record, and as you can see it's recording, even though I'm still talking, and that's okay because we can delete the talking stuff later. Okay, so again, here's my key, here's my opening note. In Dixieland where I was born. And then I will hit stop. Okay, now as you noticed, I'm wearing headphones, and that's because when you're doing multi-track recording and you start adding the layers of the recording, you don't want those layers coming through your speakers because your microphone's going to pick all that up. You really just want your microphone to pick up the voice you're recording. The other voices you're just going to hear in your ears. If you were in a professional recording studio and you see people wearing headphones when they're playing music, that's why. It's because you really only want the mic to pick up what's recording and not all the background noise and the other voices. Okay, so I'm going to rewind this back to the beginning, and I think next I'm going to sing the bass part because I think that will add a nice foundation to the other parts. So I started off singing the lead, which was in the 3rd of the scale, so now I'm going to sing the root of the scale. Dixieland where I was born. That's basically the bass part there. Okay, so I'm going to record this, and it's going to play, and you can see these wave files here. That's where I start singing. In fact, we don't have to start way back here. Let's maybe start over there. Okay, I'm going to hit record, and then I'm going to go back to my music here. In Dixieland where I was born. Okay, that was lovely. And now let's add the tenor part. The tenor is the stems up here on the treble clef. That's your highest part in the barbershop quartet. And in this case, it starts on the same note and follows the lead, but then it just kind of keeps going up. In Dixieland where I was born. That's going to be our tenor part there. Alright, so let's maybe start back here at the same place the bass started. In Dixieland where I was born. Wow, they just sound so lovely by themselves. It'll sound great when you put it all together. Okay, now the last part I'm adding is the baritone part, and in my opinion that's actually the most difficult part and probably the most underrated part. You know, the lead gets all the excitement because they're the lead, and you know, the bass is those low notes, and the tenors sing those really high notes, but the baritone is probably the part you don't even notice, but it's very important. The baritone is filling in the harmonies in between everything, and without it, this just wouldn't sound complete. So the baritone in this case starts on the same note as the bass. In Dixieland where I was born. That F natural is really a very important part of that chord there. In Dixieland where I was born. Alright, so I'm going to start in the same place there. I'm set up on the baritone part. In Dixieland where I was born. I was like running out of breath there. That kind of sucked. But maybe it'll sound okay when we put it all together. Alright, so now I'm going to play it all together. You probably can't hear this right now, but you will hear it when I... In Dixieland where I was born. You know, that didn't even suck. That was actually pretty good. So when you're ready to export this, I am going to click here where it says Export to Disk. There's a couple different settings you can use. The AAC is actually the higher quality, so I choose that one most of the time. Highest quality iTunes, it says. So I'm going to hit export, and at this point it's asking me for the title. I've already titled my project Dixieland 2, so I'll just keep that there. That's going to be the name of this. Hit save, and it's now mixing it and sending it to my desktop. Now at this point, I'm going to take off my headphones because I'm no longer recording. There. Much better. Ta-da!